Ken. Oh, Ken, I don't know. Great song, that, isn't it? Happiness by Ken Dodd. You know, Ken Dodd, actually, most of his songs during the 60s were actually quite depressing. Interesting, isn't it? But perhaps some of the old sad clang was in there, I don't know, but it's a great singer, wasn't he? Anyway, I'm Steve Pendlebury on the this is my still a Beth, I'm afraid, long stay workshop, and we're back on the Fidelity Argyll Major. And what I've got coming actually is a coil from another machine that's also Fidelity. It's the Fidelity Playmaster. Now the Playmaster, unlike this machine, has one EL84 that's used for both playback, like it was there, and of course switched by that to oscillate and record. But there's a coil there and it works, so I'm going to have it and put it in this machine. Now when you do a job like this, the first thing you do is look at the circuits of the set you're going to modify, on the radio you're going to modify, and the new one. Basically I'm going to build, if I need to, the Playmaster circuit in this. Okay, so we look at the Playmaster circuit, which we'll do later on, but first we'll look at this one here. The circuit of the tape recorder, the Argyll minor, and that there is the circuit of the Argyll minor, the erase circuit, you see. Now on this one it's not actually switched. That's caused one that's failed there. Now it gets its power from here down there for the anode, comes down there through there to the anode. Now on a pentode circuit like this, it also wants to receive power on, I think it's the control grid. Okay, one or two. The third one, the second one, I get the two mixed up. I must address it sometime. But the third one, grid 2 if you like, yeah, which comes also from the same place but rather differently, because of course it comes through from that switch there to the top there from the rest of the circuit here. So it goes to the capacitors on R24 and the other one, which I think will probably be R25 or R23. So we'll look at both of those and we'll find out which one it is. It's actually R25. So R25 is 4.7k and R24 is 82 ohms. So two power supplies to the I'll put that back there, yeah, so you can see. It's two power supplies to this circuit here. Not that circuit, sorry. This circuit here. This circuit here are the same, so that's okay. Okay. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is go to the circuit again and make sure there's nothing. I haven't missed anything. If I have, it'll be a very short video, but I will of course first of all check and see if anything is missing from it. Now the Playmaster circuit is a bit different because, like I said, it uses one EL84 and switches between the two, and so this circuit, the Playmaster circuit, will go because this also operates with EL84, which by the way is okay. Basically, first thing I want to look at is R29, R28, particularly R29 here. But these two, okay, these are two you must check out. Also this switch here. I might have checked them before, I don't know, I've not got the video to hand, but I checked them anyway because a pentode will not work without bolts on the I think it's a screen grid, isn't it? It's a screen grid. So always check that. That's okay. Now on the Plymouth circuit, there's a resistor and a capacitor there today. We can put those in. There's no problem with those. So first of all, we have therefore a way forward. Okay. So now we've got a way forward. Let's get the plain matter circuit out and have a quick look at that. This is the circuit of the Fidelity Playmaster, and this circuit has the output stage, also an EL84, operating as oscillator circuit when it's switched to record. And so to put this circuit in there, we need to do some modifications. The coil now goes on the grid there, you see, and it's a coil rather than transform, which it was on the previous one. Okay, so that needs to change. One wire here goes from the anode to the cap there to the record playhead. Okay, another one goes from it to that cap there to the method, which is there, and this here also needs to be changed of course as well. So hopefully I can build that into here. Now going back to this circuit here, you see the two supplies go first of all to the anode, like that, from there, yeah. Obviously here, that's going to have to come out, obviously that's going to come out, so that will go straight to the anode, no problem there. Okay. And the other half of it goes then an 82 ohm resistor and a 4.7k, and it comes out and goes to the screen grid here via that resistor, and of course that coil there. Okay, so that's the other way it goes. Okay, so that's how it works. Okay, now before we start looking about changing components about, I'm going to have another look and make sure I know what we're doing and I haven't missed anything, because I think I forgot to check the voltage on the control grid, so I'll do that as well. So most my internet greets, dear friends, and let's get this thing working as it's supposed to, for one way or the other. So that comes off, that goes off again. Okay, Ken Dog goes back in his box for another day. This, by the way, it's called Hits for Now and Always. It's quite a nice tape actually, so I only use it when when it's not going to get affected by the unit in question. So now we go and we take the unit apart again. So now we check the unit apart again and use and take the various bits off and screws and go into the unit again and see what is wrong. Obviously there's something. Now this might be a sort of experience which some people might find rather pointless, but it's not. Okay, there's a lot of these tape recorders about still. I saw one for £10 on eBay just today actually. But having said that, you learn a lot from these. And recently, actually, before I started doing these videos, I once put a part from a Fidelity, one of these, into a Brunel tape recorder that somebody mucked about with quite badly. So it can be done. Can always be done. So now, the front panel, of course, there, that does not come off. I do know that. I tried last time. I'm not going to try that again. So that's something else which we have to deal with. So that comes off and goes back down there, out of the way. And these two screws come off here. And the unit should then come apart again. By the way, Prince Philip is getting it's his funeral tomorrow, and that's on the royal family, I don't really know, but you know, I wish that people didn't complain to BBC related coverage, because when the Queen dies, there'll be 12 days of national mourning. It's all been sounded out, and I think the Queen might not last all that long without Prince Philip. So we might be doing this again very, very soon. Now I've got the unit apart again on the bench here. I've not taken it out completely, but just here. This is the cord which in any is faulty, and the valve it goes to is this one here. Okay, that one, that EL84, this one is the playback output, and this one is the oscillator stage. Okay, now with an oscillator stage like this, yeah, with any circuit of this kind, there will be 2 pins on the valve here which have voltage on them. So switch it on, let it warm up, and there should be something first of all on this pin here. Mr. Is. Okay, right. The other one is this pin here. Which appears to have nothing on it. This is interesting. So now I turn the volume down, and now have to put it into record mode. Now a bit difficult with one hand, but we do our best, you know. I'll do this actually with a screwdriver in my mouth, and of course the one hand operating the record switch. So what I do, we put this up to record, like that, while putting this like that. So that goes down, and I think I'll be able to do this with the power off. One thing with these decks, by the way, is that if you're one-handed, they're a little bit fun to operate. Well, a lot fun to operate. Hang on. Let's try this again, shall we? It shouldn't be. It is okay. Now, there should now be voltages on the on 2 pins of this valve here. So go and we will check. I'll put the meter somewhere you can see it, if I can. Okay. Okay. So now there should be voltage on pin 9 as well, which seems a bit low. It seems rather low, that. So it might possibly be worth look at the circuit again. I'll just get the circuit diagram of the set in question, this tape recorder, and have a little look. Right, okay, so yeah. No, it's bang on 105. Oh well, that means therefore that this valve is doing everything it's supposed to. So first of all, itself is faulty, of course. It's not impossible. So very quickly I will take the power off again, like that, and swap these 2 valves over. It's hot though. By the way, what to look for, by the way, with these valves is that they have to be hot. If they're not hot, then there's something wrong. Okay, normally not lots of H2. So the valve, if it's not the valve, then it's time to start taking parts out with this and reworking this valve here. So first thing we'll do is take this one out, like that, and take this one out like that, and swap them over, because we know this one works on playback, so we'll swap them over and see first of all, do we get anything on one but not the other. So this one now goes into here. I just have a look and find out where they go playback wise. So So put these back in and we'll try it again. With the 2 valves switched over, that's the playback, okay, because this one monitors on record, by the way. That's one advantage of having a 2 valve system here. And the other one, of course, again, absolutely note anywhere. Absolutely note. I'll put that up there so you can see. Absolutely sod all, as you can see there. I could pick it up there, you see that's the video. So again, the stage is doing nothing. Now, like I said, it's pull that coil, which I can't get, and so what I'm going to do, I'm going to modify this stage to use a coil out of a Fidelity Playmaster. So now, therefore, a lot of this is going to come off, and then of course it will be rebuilt as the other unit in question. Now I don't know any more than you do whether this will work or not, by the way, so it's time to look at that as well, by the way. Never mind. These things are sent to trials, and very, very often they do. And, there's 2. So that's the anode, and the control grid is one of these here. I think it's probably going to be something like this one here. So that comes off, and that comes off, right, and this comes off. I'll take it off here because I don't know whether we're going to need that wire or not. And this comes off as well, like that. So that comes off, okay, and this lot comes off here as well. So that's there, and of course there. Okay. The heater winding, of course, is in blue. That stays in place, and now we have a safe-ish area to work in as well, which is equally important. So okay, so now this lot comes off here. Get a small screwdriver, and this lot comes off here. Right, now what I've got here now is a different sort of oscillator circuit based around the A84 like before. The other oscillator had a coil in it that was in fact a transformer, and that we could do anything with. This is a 50 Hz coil out of another tape recorder, a Fidelity Playmaster, and what I've done is I've modified the circuit to take that circuit which I've done. Basically what I've done is I've come here. Basically what I've done is I've modified it to take that circuit there, and I've done that. It's sort of like a Franken machine, because it switches the control, it's screen voltage of this valve on record and off on playback, so it does nothing at all on playback, but does on record. Now if I switch it on now like that and wait for it to warm up, you see, on record it's virtually nothing, because I know my meter bounces around a bit, but as you can see there's virtually nothing. If I switch it to record, which I can do with one hand, like this, that record, yeah, it was okay for now. Just again, there we are, like that. Now, if you come down here now and look at the erase head current here, it is in fact something there. Now this meter is measuring 50 hertz, not 50 kilohertz, so it wouldn't measure it exactly. So hopefully, and if it doesn't, well, there will be part 3 on this, but I don't know when. This will now record, and also add the bias for recording as well. So this circuit has been modified now to take the L84 in a different way. So now all we need to do is get the thing right way up, put a tape in and see what it does and doesn't do. Right, back in its case, switched on, and the tape plays okay. Now let's see if it'll erase it. I don't hold a lot of hope here, actually, I must admit, because the meter reading was low, but we'll try. If it doesn't work, then I'm back to the drawing board here, but there will be a part 3, so yeah, we'll play again, so that's something I suppose. So let's see if we can make it erase the tape, shall we? Right, that's it, see what that seems.
Say something else.
Not done, is it, Fred? Is it recording?
Obviously not. Yeah. I'm not going to admit defeat on this, because I don't admit defeat on things like this. But I am going to leave it here and put it back together again and look at other options. The one option which I do have actually is building a 50 kilohertz oscillator out of discrete components, and then using that valve as an amplifier stage. That I think would do it. That's the best way. Now I know that mucking about with a tape recorder like this is not the best way to spend my time, because of course there's plenty of them about. But with these sort of machines, you can learn a lot from them. What happens with these machines, by the way, just for the record, is what's called green spot. Basically, what happens is that it's moisture gets into the erase coil, and it rather renders it unable to work, which is what has happened here. So that's the problem. So now, therefore, we put the thing back together again and put it aside. But yes, I will return to this one, because I like this machine actually, and it will of course be working sooner rather than later. Right, it's all back together again, and when it warms up it'll start to play, I hope. It's a valve system of course, so it takes us a few seconds to warm up and play, as it were. Here it is.
Yeah.
You know what that is?
Back on.
That, by the way, in the background there, you can hear my voice. That is what a voice on tape sounds like without the bias. I just play that again so you can hear it.
Back on initially.
You hear it? The bias on that makes it record on the tape properly. That's what that's for. Anyway, I'm going to leave this for now and look at other options. At the moment I'm still waiting for this place to be done up somewhat. It's still a bit of a mess, so over 2 or 3 weeks it might be quiet, but I'm not going anywhere. The place is going to be redesigned somewhat, so that's coming very soon. Anyway, until next time, goodbye, and be faithful to your God, whoever he is, and keep fixing radios and tape recorders. And if you get a funny one, leave it and come back to it next time. Very important. I will be back to this very soon.